And now, the new caribou, the Honorable Sir David, Emperor of Salt Lake City, Sultan of Utah, Spiritual Advisor to Questioning Mormons, the Bard Extraordinaire, Supreme Being, Alpha and Omega. Here's David.
I'm not always this happy. I'm not. My wife, she says to me, well, do you think you're important? And I said, to who? It's not the Mormon Church. And I said, well, there's a few people on there that think I'm funny. She says, they don't live with you. I go, God, a prophet is not known in his own land. Now, let me tell you, anyway, what I did this morning. Now, you guys are killing me. You're killing me. I used to just do this for my own entertainment. I didn't think anyone was going to look at it. My family, my Mormon family, said I was an asshat. No one liked me. There's almost 300,000 of you that go, well, we don't like him, but we clicked on him because that face scared the crap out of us. Anyway, I'm having to work, folks. You're sending money, and I'm doing in kind. I hope it's kind. All right. I went to Wells Fargo Bank, and sure enough, the money that you sent that I transferred Thursday to Wells Fargo, because I don't want a lot of money sitting in PayPal or the Philippines. I'll leave most of the money in Wells Fargo, an American bank that Romney robbed, but I don't think he got that much money. But anyway, this morning I went in. Now I have, and again, I don't really give a rat's ass. You know, I'm not Monson. I'm not the Mormon Church, okay? Your account is over at Wells Fargo. And it's a savings account. Nobody can, you know, steal or handle that account but me, only my signature. So Allison, I got my damn mic fixed. I blew in the holes of the mic. I don't know, she stuffed something in the holes of the microphone. Well, good news. I have a post office box, so the Danites, hell, they know I do get some mail in a certain post office city. Now that's forwarded. I never can open that post office box. It goes directly to the I don't know where the kangaroos live. I want to say Argentina. I know it's an A, but I have dementia. And it's getting worse every day. Australia. Okay, I'm in Kangaroo City, Australia. So the Danites can't capture me. So that post office box don't mean nothing. It's coming to Australia. And you come, I'm living out under the ground in a tunnel in the middle of the Australian outback. But you can spot me from the helicopter because there's like 8,000 kangaroos jumping around where I am because they're hoping I'll throw some bread out or something. So anyway, I go to Wells Fargo. And my sweet wife, no, I'm not sweet, but I allowed it. I mean, I supported 100%. She wanted to send some money to her parents, which we've never done. She's one of the few Filipino girls that when I married her, she promised. This was not a sham marriage, that our money is our money for our family. And for Christmas, she decided, would it be okay? And I said, of course, of course. And so she sent money off from her account, and her father, who is receiving the money and who is the man on the ground for your money to buy rice and distribute it, because I built the motorcycle, well, I bought the motorcycle and I also built the tricycle that goes on it. So he's going to move that and take the rice directly to the orphanage. Well, I said to you on Friday, I think, and on Saturday, that those kids will be eating your rice by Wednesday, okay? I can't do it Wednesday. I can do it next Wednesday. Now here's why. And I don't start throwing shit at the screen. This guy's a sham. This guy bought a Cadillac on $190. Anyway, in the Philippines, there's banks, but no one puts money in them. They're so crooked. They're so corrupt. So Mercy sent her money to her father to a pawn shop. So I live there, folks. I know this is one of the safest ways to send money to the Philippines is the pawn shop. Now, the exchange today was 40. I think Wells Fargo takes 1 or 2 pesos per dollar, which is, I forget, it's like a penny or two for the transfer. Well, she sent her money to the pawn shop. And so the bank president says to me, well, do you want to send your money to the same pawn shop? I said, wait a minute. I said, God, I said, I have fiduciary responsibility. This is not my money. I need a paper trail. And I said, when her father walks out of that pawn shop with a bag of money in the Philippines, he's a dead man walking. I said, I can't let that happen to my people's money. See, I know the Philippines, and I know how to get around this shit. So he said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I want to send it to our Tai, our man on the ground, directly into his bank account so that he can take out a reasonable amount, 3,000 or 2,000 pesos, and go buy the rice and distribute it. And he said, well, we can't do that today. And I said, oh, shit, I promised almost 1 million people that I was going to have rice in their stomach Wednesday. He says, well, in the Philippines, we have to send and confirm this is a real man and a real account. I go, God. And he says it will take right at about a week, maybe just a little longer than a week. So I said, fine. I said, I want to feed those kids the moment my people have sent that money. However, I have to be responsible. I've had fiduciary responsibilities before. I've told you. I've had IRS audits, 3 of them. I've had Social Security audits, 1. And not 1 penny was ever found by any agency anywhere that went to me. It goes to the cause that I've represented. And so I hope you won't be too disappointed that Wednesday is going to turn into next Wednesday. But your money, it didn't go to a pawn shop, and it hasn't been stolen, and I'm not coming back on here. I'll never come on here and go, well, there was $1,000 stolen from the pawn shop when my man came out. He had 2 bags of money, and there was like 19,000 people waiting to buy their own rice. So anyway, I hope you trust me, and I hope that you see this video as responsibility, and that I am going to be very careful with your money. There's not going to be shenanigans. It's my signature. Me. I'm in charge, not because I have a big head, but because I know human beings. You sacrificed to send that money, and damn, I'm not going to have a bunch of hooligan or street children steal that when my man comes out of the pawn shop. So anyway, if you can believe, Wells Fargo Bank has relationships with 2 pawn shops and 3 banks on Mindanao Island. Anyway, I then go over to the post office, which was a nightmare. Here in Kangaroo City, my God, they were sending presents to kangaroo families you couldn't believe, and I fell asleep on the damn bench waiting for the last kangaroo to put the packages up there. I go up and I say, I want to rent a safe deposit box at the post office. And they said, well, that's going to be $45 every 6 months. I said, hell, what is that in kangaroo money? They go, $46 American money. Ah, shit. But so many of you have written and said, David, I'm sending money, but I cannot send it except through a money order. I'm not putting my card through PayPal or Visa or Master or American Express. I just can't do it. Well, you guys are in charge. You're the boss. And if you want to send a money order, I've put the address now onto my New Caribou website. I've got 2 links there that go to PayPal and credit cards. And then I typed up in the little area of the box what the post office address is. So if you want to get a money order or you want to put cash in an envelope, I don't give a shit because it's secure. It's going through the United States postal system and directly into a box. I'm the only one that has a key. No one's going to open that box but the bard. because I don't want to come back to you and say, oh, by the way, the post office box was broken into. Someone had my key. Allison and her friends took the money over to Maverick or Smith's Market, and they bought for the whole damn town. I'm in charge. Anything that goes wrong, I'm not going to say, oh, my secretary, or there was a computer foul up. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say the Bard screwed up. And a lot of you are going to be pissed. You're going to go, hell, where'd my money go? And I go, oh, hell, I don't know. God, 3 homeless guys took it. And they had a Merry Christmas. And they didn't buy rice. Anyway, please forgive me when I overestimate. I didn't know that Wells Fargo had to verify that account. And they had to send up or set up a transfer account for me. And today, when Mercy moved money, and when I move it, it was about $4.80, which is cheap. You can't move money to the Philippines under $10. I haven't been able to. So we're getting a good deal there, and the people are very kind. And here's what I'm going to do. Every time PayPal hits $100, I transfer it. I transfer it right into Wells Fargo. And I'm not going to build your money up in PayPal, because some of you have warned me and said sometimes there's mistakes. I don't want to come back to you with, my hat in my hand, and that's my Joseph Smith top hat, by the way, and say I screwed up and your money is gone. Your money's not going to be gone. So I transfer immediately. As soon as it hits $100, I transfer right into Wells Fargo your money. And then it sits there. Now, I'm not going to send all that money to a Filipino bank. Homie, don't do that. So I told the Wells Fargo people, they said, well, do you want to just send it to his account at the pawn shop? And I said, hell no. I said, I have a fiduciary responsibility here that these people expect this to be rice in the Philippine children's mouth. And I'm not sending it to a pawn shop. And they go, oh, well, isn't that nice? You're really a good person. I said, do you want to be my mother? Do you want to be my daughter? They don't think I'm a good person. They're all Mormons. Well, anyway, they said, David, you can't send it today. We got to verify the account. There's so much corruption in the Philippines, but their banks are fairly secure. I had an account at BPI, Bank of the Philippines, and I never lost a cent. It was always there, and when I took it from the teller, when I was in the Philippines, it was always there. Sometimes there were power failures. I couldn't get my money out of the bank, but at least it was in there. So, when I send your money to the Philippines, it's only about $100 and $150. The rest of it is sitting in an American IRS, Social Security, banking regulations in Wells Fargo. Now, as soon as my man on the ground says, Bard, Mr. Bard, I've delivered everything and the money's down to $10, or 10 would be 400 pesos. Says, send me some more. Bam! The next day, I can go right over there and say to Wells Fargo, send another 120, 150, and he'll get it the next day or the next morning, and then he'll buy and it distributes right within that 24 hours. So, please forgive me for estimating how quick I can get that money there. It will be there. My best numbers now from Wells Fargo is next Wednesday, that it's going to take a week to a week and 3 or 4 days. So I hope you will forgive me. At least your money is going to be transferred to the Philippine bank, not to a pawn shop, and not to a person that picks cash up at a pawn shop. No, I'm smarter than that. I've been in charge of other people's money before, and I find a fiduciary responsibility to be sacred. Even though I don't believe in sacredness, I believe your money should be secure. You're trusting me, and you don't expect me to screw up. I don't expect myself to screw up. So not a dollar has been lost. It's stacked into the Wells Fargo bank, and I have another 100 or 2 in transition from PayPal, moving all the time. So if there's a problem in PayPal, it ain't going to be a lot of money. And if there's a problem in the Philippines, it ain't going to be a lot of money. And there shouldn't be a problem in the United States with Wells Fargo Bank. So I appreciate you. Hey, if you can afford a little Christmas here and there for these kids, they're not going to get a present. They're not going to get a Christmas tree. They're not going to get anything except what you sent and what I send. My son, I'm very proud of, he sent $50. My daughter, Abigail, she sent $20 and tagged it to her brother, 800 pesos in the Philippines. She babysits all night, overnight, and she makes $20. And she's not a real unselfish person. It's the first time I've seen her give any money to anybody in my lifetime. So anyway, I'll tag your money if you want it for food, you want it for clothes, you want it for dental. I don't care what you want it for, but when I send it to the Philippines, I tag it right there in the computer. $10 goes here, $15, someone noted $25, they wanted that for clothing only. Try that with the Mormon Church. Try that with the Mormon Church. And my man on the ground, I told him last night, which I have to call, and that was a $10 charge, and now it's $45 for the damn box and gas to go over there. And you know me, I'm so fat, I don't want to get out of this chair. But anyway, when you trust me, I'm going to trust you. And I'm going to put my own money out there and do the best I can. Do the best I can. So, that's all the news I have to report. We're up to $190 and 380 pounds of rice. And I will tag your money. You will get what you want with your money and buy what you want. I am your salesman, if you want to put it that way. So anyway, if you have $1 and you want to send $1, send a damn dollar. That will feed a child for 4 or 5 days. If you got 5 or 10, my record is 50. The women are still ahead of the men. The women are the most charitable of the sexes. You know, many times they don't have as much to send, but damn, they just keep sending it. And some of the men, you know, we have to man up. Usually we make an excuse. I'm not going to send it. The guy will be driving a Cadillac. I will keep going out and photographing my Prius. And I bought that. Your money didn't buy that. Your money didn't buy the light. Oh, I was over at Desert Industries today. Most of you are just laughing your ass off. Says, you know, he's a smart guy, but goddamn, why can't he stay away from DI? Well, I bought a light. Now, I don't know if the cord... No, well, can I get this on camera? I don't know. I bought a light. There it is. It has a stand, and you can crank it up and crank it down. And damn, I tested it in DI, and the damn thing came on. Thank you, atheist God. So I bought a light for my in-laws. I'm bringing my in-laws here, and that's going to cost a lot of money. And I bought a little chest of drawers. Or chest for kitchen that I can stack their food in, and when they come in, they've got to give everything up in the Philippines, which is really scary. So I bought some rice so they can see rice when they come in, and that makes a Filipino feel safe. Rice is a lot more than food to the Filipino people. So if you can donate. Click on there, send a money order, go to your credit cards, go to PayPal. But I promise you, I'm not going to stack money in PayPal, and I'm not stacking it in the Philippines. I will stack it in Wells Fargo Bank, and when my man on the ground says I've got those 3 bags delivered, I'll say next day, right to your bank account, go to your bank and draw the money out and go ahead and buy the rice, load up the tricycle again, and here is where it's going. And I just appreciate you guys. I really do. You have no idea what this means to me and what it's going to mean to those children. And I've also ordered him to take pictures of the children that are being fed, that they're not going to be just strangers. They're going to be children on a real island in Mindanao who really did eat your rice that you sent and went to the grocery store and bought it. So I appreciate you. I love these kids. I wish I could do more, but you know what? I'm going to do the best I can. That's all a man or a woman can do. Thanks.
And now, the new caribou, the Honorable Sir David, Emperor of Salt Lake City, Sultan of Utah, Spiritual Advisor to Questioning Mormons, the Bard Extraordinaire, Supreme Being, Alpha and Omega. Here's David.
Hello, I'm Allison, the adopted daughter of Sir David the Bard. My father isn't telling me what to say. I cannot lie. I was born in the Philippines, and I've been there till I was 6 years old. I have experienced some tragedies which was pretty deadly. Please donate to the hungry and suffering people. If I was still there, I'd be dead now, because I had typhoid fever. I still have 12 years old brother in there who needs more clothing and food. He would never get this in his lifetime. Please donate on the New Caribou site. Thank you. Good night. God bless America.